So here I have Dorian's food. I do put it in this because it's easier than me like taking it out of the bag every time, and the bag is like all the way back there. So I just, oh my gosh, if I can open it. Okay. Okay, so I got this food here. Have a seat. You're not gonna get fed until you sit down. Thank you. You already know the drill. Don't act different because we're being recorded. So I pretty much put like 1.5 scoop in each bowl, and that is a full serving. I do feed him 3 scoops, or three cups. And I really don't even know if it's like accurate because I kind of just fill in the bowl until I can't see the bottom. And then normally this is filled up with water because that's where I like bring it from the house, but I also have this. So there is a little bit of the food still left in here, and so I'm just gonna mix it up with the warm water that I put in here to kind of like loosen it up because this was in the fridge and I had it covered up and everything, so it's just a little hard. And so I'm just gonna blend it up before I put it in his bowl. And he's not a patient waiter, so he'll literally do circles around me until his food is done. Sit down, because you're not gonna get fed like that. You need to be sitting. Thank you. It's not that complicated, pup. You need to stop doing that. Just hang out for a minute. And then once it's like pretty much stirred up the way that I want, I just pour it into there. Still a little chunky, but it's okay. And then it's right there on the top. I don't have any rice. He doesn't really need rice right now. I don't want to put a lot of anything like heavy on his stomach, so I'm not going to put rice like I normally do. And then I just kind of mix it up. It's already mixed because, you know, I mixed it up just now in the little can, but I'm going to put that can right there. This is pretty much as much water as I would want in it. I'm going to have to put some more food in this very soon. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll put like a little like dentist stick in there so that way he has to like stop and chew that up and give his belly some time. But this is going to be really soft by the time that I feed it to him. So I'm just going to put a little bit more water. And I didn't put any on that one. There was already water. And that's pretty much it. And then I kind of just let it soak and sit. And then what I like to do is I'll give him one bowl and then like let him eat it. And then what I'll do then is kind of wait a couple minutes until he's like staring at me or like looking for the second batch, and then I will give him the second batch. And so I know that you're hungry. You don't starve. You're just a greedy boy. You want to be fat, and I don't want you to be fat. I don't want you to be fat personally, and neither do your vets, because you used to be a skinny little mini. And I want to keep you skinny little mini, but I want to keep you healthy. Because that's his breed type. A lot of people don't realize that all dogs are not supposed to be fat. All dogs are not supposed to be rectangle. A lot of dogs are supposed to have a lean shape. Just nowadays we think that overfeeding our kids and ourselves and our animals is okay. It's not. He could actually be really, really hurt by that if I did overfeed him or if I did allow him to be obese, because his body is not meant to carry that much weight. He's supposed to have more of like a triangle shape or more of like an angled shape, because that's his breed. He is a Doberman Coon Hound. Both of those breeds have a very, very lean body types. He's not an XL bully. He's not a Cane Corso. He's not none of that. He's literally a Doberman, which is a working breed and a lean breed design on this dog. So yeah, you guys can say whatever you want, but he's very well taken care of. And I get that people are, oh my god, he's outside all the time. Oh, he's not allowed inside. He's outside all the time because we're outside all the time. He's not allowed inside because of our living situation right now, but he was always allowed inside wherever he was. Right now we're living somewhere where he's not welcome, and that's okay. And I explained to you guys that because of that fact, I spend most of my time outside. I sleep in this tent. I'll sleep in my truck. We'll sleep on the truck bed when the night is nice, just because I I don't like that he can't be allowed inside, but I can't change that. It's not my house, it's not my rules, but I make ways around it. And so what we do is I sleep outside with him, and he loves it out here. Like, if he really couldn't stand it, or like, let's say like he was crying all night, he was howling, just because I said cry. And yeah, then I'd be like, hey mom, like I gotta figure something out. Like, can I, do this, do that, whatever. But my mom's not having it. She doesn't like animals. She doesn't even like him in the yard. And so I would rather, make my living situation less uncomfortable by just sleeping out here with him, rather than him being out here alone all the time. I do take him to work with me, because what I like to do is at work, in most places that I do work, because when I first got him, he used to come to work with me too, like at that job. But what he normally does is I could take him to work on rainy days, because he's going to be here, he's going to be in his little house on rainy days anyways. So I'm like, hey, you can just hang out in the truck. I'll leave open the windows, like the 2 back windows and the doggy window. And I sometimes leave the sunroof open, just depending on how like heavy the rain is, because I can like vent it. Or even if it's like a sunny day, I've taken him to work on several sunny days. I will literally like set him up on like this, like the backyard area. Like we have a grass patch at one of the locations I was working at. And so like I'll literally set him up back there. He'll stay within the vicinity, whatever. Like sometimes I'll put him on a leash if I feel like I'm going to be like not checking on him every 30 minutes, because, then, I could get caught up with doing like actual work and not be able to check on him, or maybe I'm helping a customer, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, he is with me. And I think that's why he has all this like separation anxiety, and that's really where like the barking comes in. So he does wear like a bark collar, but I never use it because he's always with me, and I use it for the beeping and the vibration. I have used the shock portion before, but I try to keep it on like a low volume just in case I do accidentally hit it, because for him, he doesn't need it. He really just needs that little like, hey, oh, this is on me, this is on kind of thing, because he doesn't respond well to all that, and I don't really feel comfortable doing like the shock to him. But he'll respond well to the beeps, and he'd be like, hey, I'm good, I'll shut up. But for the most part, yeah, he's just a good boy. He really just likes to be next to me all the time. Ready? Let me give you this one first. You gotta wait though. Eat. Like, what I normally do, or what would happen before. And like, I guess I've always trained him on like how to wait and eat for his food, but like, he used to be so excited to eat that he would jump up so high that one time he actually knocked the bowl out of me, or out of my hand. And I told him, I was like, look, we're not doing this anymore. Instead of you being like so close to me when I'm doing this, I'm gonna make you sit off at a distance, or at least, like 5 feet away or whatever, and then I'll make you wait. But he didn't jump this time. He kind of just walked around the bowl and like looked at me. So I was like, go ahead and eat. Even waiting, it's literally like 1:30. And I think I'm gonna start up the fire today. I'm gonna hang out outside because it is a beautiful day. There's not very many clouds in the sky, and I do feel like I would probably be more productive out here than I would be inside. I have a lot of laundry to do, and so I'm gonna go get some stuff to wash my laundry, and then I'm gonna come back and get the load started. But in between loads, I'm just gonna be out here. Yeah, I don't know. I get a lot of comments on like Dorian's like body weight and like the way that he looks, but the only comments that matter are the ones from the vet, and the ones from animal control. Like, I've had animal control called on me several times because of his like barking. Like when I used to live in an apartment when I first got him for 2 years. I got him like at 1.5 years ago, and I was living in the apartment like before that. I got him kind of like halfway. I was living through the apartment, whatever, and he would have so much separation anxiety because I did take him to work like the very first day that I got him. Like, he has been with me, like hasn't left my side, and there was a couple days when I couldn't take him to work. Like, the policy had changed, and I was like trying to work my ways around it. I was still trying to get him like emotional or support dog certified, so that's why he had to stay home in that time. But anyways, he got so many complaints from the barking and the howling that animal control got called on us, the police got called on us. The first 2 days that we moved here, somebody called animal control on us because of his barking, and I like, it was a new place to him. I had left him out here And he was just like, hey, look, you can't leave me in this yard, like, alone, whatever. And I was inside the house. I was literally inside the house taking a bath. And my mom's husband, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, somebody's here to talk to you. And I'm like, hey, who? And he's like, animal control. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I come out and she's like, hey, like, is your dog? And I was like, yeah, this is my dog. She's like, well, how long have you guys been here? He's like, in the yard, whatever. And I was like, yeah, he's just in the yard. And he's like, well, if he's going to be in the yard at any time, he has to be on, like, a tether and cable. Or, like, so tethering is illegal in Georgia, but having them on a cable line is what's required to have dogs in the yard, or a yard without a gate, because our yard isn't fenced in. Our yard is fenced in, but it doesn't have a gate. And so, oh, you're waiting so patiently. Okay. And so, anyways, and so the animal control officer, she was like, hey, like, you know, he's fine to be out here. I just wanted to check on him. Like, they didn't know you guys had a dog. And I was like, well, they wouldn't have, because I've never lived here. You know, I just moved in with my mom last night. You know, we've only had 2 whole days here and 1 night here. And, you know, I'm just getting everything together, getting everything set up. And he's unfortunately not allowed inside because my mom is afraid of dogs. But we are, you know, building him a dog house, building him like a little deck. I don't know if you can see, but his dog house has like a little deck by it. I built that for him. I didn't build it and put no screws in it or nothing. I just laid a bunch of like wood on top of a pallet and then put a rug over it. I'll show you guys what that looks like. I have to fix it anyway. I have to go over there and clean up his little area. But the first line and cable that I bought wasn't long enough. I didn't feel like it was long enough. She was like, it doesn't have to be like super long. It doesn't have to go to all the yard. But I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, he had full access to the yard before, you know. I don't want to, like, take that much away from him. And so what I did was I bought a 100-foot cable. And then, like, what do you call it? I think that's 50 feet. The red one is 50 feet, but I think it was 75 feet. And then, like, the way that I set it up, like, you have to, like, feed some of the line back into, like, the hook thing, whatever, like, attaches it to the tree. And so, like, I did lose a couple feet from that, but I ended up buying an 100 feet cable line, so that way, instead of just being in that little area, these 10 feet right here, he has access to pretty much the end of the fence line. And so he has access to half of the yard. And then, like I said, I'm here most of the time because I'm in school online. I have 2 part-time jobs, and so, like, I'm not always at work. And then when I am, he's probably with me. And so when I'm here, he's out. Like, there's no reason for him to be on the line when I'm here, because he stays in the yard and I'm always in the yard. And like I said, I pretty much sleep in this tent, and when I don't sleep in the tent, I sleep inside. And so, like, when I'm, like, out late at night, like, I think I posted a video a couple of weeks ago or a couple of days ago or whatever, and I was out really, really late at night, and I didn't come home until like 3 a.m. And that day previously, like, when I left to go out, I put him on the line. And so he was only on the line for like 8 hours, really. Not even. What time did I leave that night? I left at 8 and I came back at 3. So 12, 7, yeah. So about 7 hours that he was on the line, and I immediately let him off, like, when I woke up. So, yeah. He's good, guys. He's good. He's ready for the second bowl, so me too. But yeah, I'm gonna go run and get some stuff to do the laundry, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys the inside of my tent. I redecorated it and kind of reorganized it so that way I can do more in there when I'm not sleeping in there, because I realized that the blow-up mattress was like taking up half the space in the tent, and I didn't like that. And I just kind of realized I didn't really need a blow-up mattress to sleep. I sleep comfortably anywhere I am, not gonna lie. I can fall asleep on a couch at a party, and so I can fall asleep anywhere. So I just didn't really feel like the blow-up mattress was, like, necessary. I had recorded a couple videos for you guys, but unfortunately, because I had, like, music on in the background, they got copyrighted or copyright claimed. Like, I didn't get a claim, but I got flagged for it, and I realized that I didn't want to go through and edit the whole video to take out the background noise because the music was playing the entire video. And so I'm just gonna kind of like re-record something else that's very similar to that day, kind of like what I'm gonna do today: clean up the yard, set the fire, and that's all I was doing on that day. We were just hanging out, and so I'm just gonna redo that video and kind of tell you guys more about us, because there was a little bit in that video that I do feel like I'm gonna miss on my page, but it's okay. I don't want to risk not being able to, showcase who I am, or our life, because when you have like certain songs in your videos, you have to like edit out the whole part, and I was just like, I was talking in that part, or I was doing something in that part that seemed important, and so I just decided to delete the whole thing. And someday I'm gonna recreate or try to make something similar to that video, but today we're just kind of hanging out, trying to get some stuff done, because I have a busy day this week. That's crazy. I have a busy week, and a lot of busy days coming up this week, so I'm definitely going to kind of show you guys what a week will look like for us. And today's Monday, so yeah.